Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our nation has to offer, especially health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
We're looking at what is going on in the world. Next hour, we're going to be talking about my. You know what? Hell, let's do it right now. Let's do it now. President Trump, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for saying you are going to release all the UFO files. I don't know what the purpose of this was. If it was because of, I don't know, maybe what Obama said. But do me a favor, sir, if I could. Sir, you notice the way Trump likes to refer to himself as sir. And so they came in and they said, sir. They go, did Melania say that? Sir. But I would say, sir, do me a favor. Make sure Kash Patel and Pam Bondi are nowhere to be seen, please. I appreciate your turning to why the Secretary of War is going to be in charge of the UFO files. I don't know. I think I would probably call Tulsi. And where is Tulsi Gabbard? She's just nowhere to be found. Remember Carrie Lake? Where's Carrie Lake? Carrie Lake, the motor car. She's in charge of Voice of America. What is that? I don't know. It's like Kimberly Guilfoyle. Where is she? She's the ambassador to Greece. Bye. See ya. Okay, Greece, huh? Okay. Probably having a great time. See, there's one thing about the president. When you're no good, don't be surprised if all of a sudden Lutnick, you don't see him around anymore. It's like The Godfather. Where's Paulie? Paulie ain't going to be around here anymore. See, Trump's very good about this. He realizes, I don't need this. I don't need problems. Kristi Noem, gone. See ya. Take you, your cowboy hat, and your hair extensions and get the hell out of here. Okay. Tom Homan came in. Bless his heart, except nobody understands him. Have you ever listened to Tom Homan and said, what? What? That's also very good, too. It's worse, it's bad when the cartel members say, I understand. It's not good. But what the president said was he's finally going to realize we're going to get to the bottom of this. And Mr. President, I think I speak on behalf of a lot of people. And sir, I have been a believer in I don't know how long. I don't know when it first was. You know how there are things where you don't remember. Like, do you remember not knowing about God? Do you? I don't. Seems like I've known about that forever. And I've always believed in this. It made complete and total sense. And I have been following this as an amateur ufologist since day one. And I don't like the way people laugh at us. They think we're silly. Who was this? There's this guy. What's his name? Oh, God. He says, they're demons. Oh, what's Matraxis or what's his name? They're demons. I think, would you stop this? Would you stop this? Let me tell you the big thing. You ready for this? Let me sit you down and explain to you your biggest problem about dealing with extraterrestrials, whatever. First of all, we don't know what to call them. What do you call them? EBEs, extraterrestrial biological entities. What are we talking about? First, what do you mean? Do you mean an actual, not humanoid, but a biological representation of something? That's what you're talking about, right? You know how many kinds there are? Any idea of how many kinds? You're used to the Steven Spielberg, E.T., big head, almond eyes, E.T. kind of looking thing. That's one. Why would members of other entity forms look alike? I can show you differences in insects that you think they're not even related. Dogs and cats and pigs and humans. The diversity, the biodiversity of animals on this planet alone. And you mean to tell me in the universe? Okay, that's number one. Number two, what you are seeing may not be any of those. You may see an orb, a drone. Think of, and Stanton Friedman, whom I interviewed many times, think of an aircraft carrier. An aircraft carrier that has little planes on it that take off and land. And they take off and they land. The aircraft carrier is the mothership. And think of something along those lines, where these are drones. Those are experimental, kind of through telemetry or remote control. They take off and they land, maybe here, but they're not necessarily craft per se. Next, imagine that your craft is able to change your ability to see the craft. It lights up, it's plasma based, it glows, and then it disappears. It goes from frequency to changes right before your eyes. 2 orbs turn into 1 turns into 3. Everything you've never seen before. Now, when you say, I saw that, what is that? Well, that's a UFO. Is it? I think it's an orb. I don't think that's flying. That could be like a weather balloon version of this. I don't know what this is. Remember, I don't have to identify it. I don't have to explain what it is. You tell me if you want. But all I know is it's not ours, and it's not swamp gas, and it's not weather balloons, and it's not the planet Venus. Next, this other one. People say, they're too far away. What do you mean? They're too far away. Who? They are. It would take 1,000 years to get here at the speed of light or near the speed of light. Well, that's not necessarily true. Betty and Barney Hill described what was, we believe, Zeta Reticuli, a binary star system that was maybe, I don't know, between 20 and 30 light years away. Now remember, the faster you go approaching the speed of light, because you'll never be able to hit it, but approaching it, the more the time, the faster it is for you to travel, or the faster it seems like you're traveling. And also there's different ways of not only wormholes, but let me give you an example. This is difficult on the radio, but I'll do my best. Imagine you're at a long table. Did you ever see Putin's table? Remember during COVID, it's like 30 feet, 40 feet long, this huge table. And let's say there was a tablecloth on it. And at the other end of the table, there was a salt shaker. And you wanted the salt. And you could say, well, I can get up and go all the way down at the end of the table and get the salt. Or I can use the tablecloth and kind of scrunch it up, much to the chagrin of my other table mates. But I can start scrunching up that tablecloth and pull the salt shaker towards me as I contract the various inches of the tablecloth itself. Kind of like reduction, kind of like contracting time, contracting space-time. There's all kinds of ways to do it. Now, another thing is, who says they're traveling? They don't get up in the morning, Good night, honey. I'm going to Earth. Fly on down here. Do some anal probe of some guy at a double wide in Arkansas and then fly back. What if they're just here? What if there are parallel universes that we know nothing about? And finally, can we please leave the idea of some hayseed, some rusticator, somebody with bib overalls and a hay, a stem of hay, somebody wrecking yonder. There comes that fancy flying machine there, Mr. Drysdale. Well, thank you, Jethro. They're always stupid and they're always being anally probed. Let's stop that meme. Because that goes to show me that you don't know enough about the history. So let us spend this time. Do you join me in celebrating this wonderful president? What would you say? How would you thank this man? And I don't want to hear anything about, I don't care. And I appreciate this. We've all seen something, but that doesn't mean just because you've seen something you can't explain doesn't mean that that's anything out of this world. If you know what I'm talking about.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.